When I saw this, people asked me why I use rigid bind over smooth bind, because smooth bind can mirror and all these things. And I want to show you why that is. So what I'm going to do is duplicate the head. And I'm just going to recreate this eye rig, but with smooth bound instead of rigid bound. So I'm going to take the original head that we bound here and hide that. There it is. And let's go ahead in here and bind these joints that we have right here. Now the one thing I do want to do is I need to add another joint in here so that the weights have somewhere to go. Because remember in smooth bind, all your weights have to equal to 100%. Well, I definitely don't want a lot of weight that's going to end up on a lot of these guys. So what I'm going to do is create a new joint, and it really doesn't matter where it is. I'm going to place it right there. And this is going to be a collector joint that's going to soak up all the weight that I don't want to go to these joints here. So let's select that joint, select the upper eye joint, select lower eye joint, upper eye joint, lower eye joint, and of course the surface, and go to spread bind skin, smooth bind. Max influence is going to be 2 selected joints. Yes, I always use selected joints because that way these little guys on the ends won't get any weight. I don't really care about colorizing, and I'll go ahead and hit apply. I was bound in a different pose. Okay. So what that is this thing called bind pose. I'll just talk about it really quick, but what I'm going to do is select the skin. Actually, I select the joints, I'm sorry. You go to skim, go to bind pose, and that's going to just move the joints to the original pose where they're bound. You do want to be able to do that because you sometimes want to get back to that position. What's nice in 2008 is this will actually be per surface, so I could have bound that with the joints in different position, but prior to that it's always going to be based on the joints themselves. Alright, so let's try that again. I'll grab these joints and the head, skin, smooth bind. Okay, good. Great. Then I'm going to go ahead and, obviously by default it's not doing what we want to do, so let's go ahead and do some weighting on this. So I do have to paint it. I'm going to go skin, edit smooth skin, paint skin weights tool. I'll just hide that, and let me make my tool a little bit bigger. And I'm going to go to scale and just get rid of all the weights I don't want. Now hopefully these weights are all going to that joint on the back of the head. Let's actually make the value a little bit stronger. There we go. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Alright, scale that down. Okay, good. We just have that area of the eye there. And actually, just for this example, I'm going to mute all the mute all. Oh, mute selected. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of an error. Okay. Okay. For some reason it's not muting. There we go. There we go. But on this eye, I do want it to move. So there we go. It's all unmuted. Great. So I'm only moving that eye right there. Alright. So let me actually just paint a little bit more out. Paint some of that out. Alright. Hopefully I can just smooth this and make it look better. Go inside the head here and turn off NURBS for a second. Smooth all this out. That's better. And this area that's poking through, I'm just gonna scale that back again. Paint it similar to the way I would paint any other weight. Come on. That's good. And do a little more smoothing. Alright, let's bring that joint. Okay, great. Now we got our eyes back. And what I want you to check out is when this closes, some of that stuff that's happening. You'll notice on the side here, I'm going through the joint, the skin's going through the eyeball just a little bit there. And you've noticed that the eyelid is actually not following that joint. If I select that joint while I rotate, you notice that the skin kind of comes almost straight down. It's not necessarily a bad deformation, but it actually makes things a little bit more difficult. Because now I've got to figure out a way to keep that from doing what it's doing. It's not closing like an eye, it's sort of being pulled. And that's what's about smooth bind, is that it sort of pulls the skin around rather than rotates the skin around. A little bit more realistic for some things, but maybe not necessarily for this. If I bring back my old head that we were using earlier, and we go to the side view here and watch it close, you notice how it pulls it. See how it pulls it forwards to go over the eye. And that way I don't have to worry so much about it penetrating the eye. It all depends on what kind of eye you're doing and things like that. Also, when I look at this, I can say, let's just actually cheat and unlock this. Move over to the side just a little bit so I can see them both at the same time. Actually, let's get an eye in there too. So let's do look at an eye. Look at that. And slide them over. Nice. So I can't really get rid of that issue. And this one, when it's pulling out a lot of that skin up there, I can actually just paint that back. That'll be fine as well. So it's a different type of control that you get. So you've probably heard about people doing what they call fan joints. And a lot of times what they'll do is they'll make several joints here for this to fan down. Generally, I'm going to keep this head separate and use it as a blend shape for my real head. So I'd rather just use a rigid bind to get exactly what I want. And a lot of times too, I'll just bake that out to blend shapes anyway. So in the next section, I'll show that.